It is Joe. Thank you. Hello, and welcome. I think I got all those confused. Hello, welcome. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out on your Monday. This is the first full work week of March. It's the 5th of March. It's 9:01 here on the south coast of British Columbia, and I thought I would just hop in here maybe for 30 minutes, just a few things to discuss. And the reason I'm in here at 9 o'clock and not 6 p.m. at night, I don't have a job. I don't have a job to go to, man. So I can come in here and play whenever I want. But I'm going to talk about my job situation coming up here real quick. So if you want to hang out, that's cool. If you're watching this at a later date, that is cool as well. Wayne Mason, how are you, my friend? Welcome to the program. So just let me close this window here. Go back to my MattTv Facebook page, give it a quick refresh, and we are off to the races. New hat. A new hat. That was the main reason I came in here today. I have a new hat, and I wanted to show you my new hat. I know it looks expensive, and you're wondering, how much did he pay for that? Less than you probably think. So just let me scroll down here, see the video, read the comments. I know this is a very unusual time for me to be in here, 9 o'clock in the morning. But there was some news that came across the CBC wire that I wanted to share with you. So today we're going to talk about Heavy D. And if those of you who don't know Heavy D, I'm going to talk about Derek Scriver, give you an update on his condition in St. John. We're going to talk about this new hat. We're going to talk about coworkers, Air Canada, the Oscars, Iditarod, some crazy stuff happening in Hamilton, Ontario over the weekend. We're going to talk about the International Space Station, highway signage, and Ben Johnson. Yes, all of that coming up within the next 30 minutes. And I want to start incorporating the original segments of the show. So I am going to do Toby's Edmundston weather. I am going to do the last 24 brought to you by Nick. I am going to have a Wayne the Great product plug. And then I'll get into the skinny on the scoop coming up here real quick. So I'm trying to, I know I got away from the format of MattTv for quite a while, but we're in a new year. And I'm feeling good. Mentally. I am sharp. I feel energized. Jen and I are on this new health plan, overall health. And I'm going to share that with you within the next coming days. And I'm actually going to be doing an interview right here on MattTv within sometime this week, sooner than later. And I will definitely keep you posted when that happens. Shirley, how are you? So I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope maybe some of you are just recovering from your Oscar night party, if you had one. I personally did not watch the Oscars, but we're going to talk about the Oscars coming up here real quick. So welcome to the program. Wherever you are, whatever device you are watching this program on, welcome and thank you for tuning in. I was speaking with Heavy D. I was speaking with Derek Scriver yesterday. He is in hospital in St. John, New Brunswick. I'm not sure exactly what hospital Heavy is in, but he was having some issues, is having issues with his kidneys. And anyone who saw my post yesterday, his sister Lisa informed everyone. I didn't think it was really my platform to do so, but since it's out there on social media now, keep Heavy D in your thoughts. He is battling some kidney issues. He's on dialysis right now. But I was speaking with Heavy yesterday from his hospital room in St. John. And let me tell you, his sense of humor is intact. He's optimistic and he's very positive. So very thankful and grateful for that. So a speedy recovery to Heavy D. If you have Heavy on your Facebook, send him a message. Just send him a message. Let him know that you are thinking of him and keep him in your thoughts. Yes? All right. I love it. And in the conversation I had with Heavy, I was given his phone number from his cousin, Pam. Pam Hallett gave me Heavy's phone number, and I called him because I'm old school. If I have your phone number, and people out there watching the show know, I have no problem calling people. I would much rather call people. I've called Wayne Mason before. Simon McGinnis just joined the program. It's nothing to pick up the phone and call someone. Yes, you can send people text. You can send them messages in Messenger. or a message in any other social media platform that you use, but there is nothing better. There is absolutely nothing better than picking up the phone and hearing someone's voice, because that way it's just so much easier to let them know how you are feeling. How you're feeling. You can't convey your thoughts and your feelings through a text. You can't. It's impossible, because the person on the other end, they will, there's a good chance they misinterpret what you are saying in your text. So if you have someone's phone number, pick up the phone and call them, man. I know it's 2018, but be old school when it comes to that. Be old school. Simon, how are you, my friend? Yeah, the hat. I love it. It just jumped out at me yesterday. We were in Richmond doing some shopping, and that's where I picked up less than $10. This hat is actually less than $10. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I like the hat. Less than $10 for this hat. It keeps my hair's quite long. People that know me know that I tie my hair back in a ponytail, but every once in a while you have to give your hair a break, because if it's always tied back, it eventually just pulls out and falls out. When you're combing your hair, you're looking at your brush, you're like, I'm going to be bald here in a week if I keep tying my hair back. So this is to alleviate the stress on the head. So yeah, bought this hat yesterday in Richmond at this magnificent store called Daiso. I don't know if Daiso is back east. I don't know if it's back east. It might just be in Richmond. I'm not sure if it's a franchise or whatnot, but they have something for everybody. Just let me scroll down here, just because I'm having a hard time reading the comments off here. No worries, Simon. I was just earlier this week or last week, I was talking about, I don't think the flag has been here in this household since September of last year. But I know the flag is in good hands. Those that are wondering where the flag is, Simon just put a message up there. The flag will be in the mail. The flag is still in Newfoundland, in Conception Bay, South Newfoundland, in the hands of my good friend Simon McGinnis. And he's telling me that the flag will be in the mail at the end of this week. So hopefully sometime this month, maybe a couple weeks, for the flag to go from the East Coast to the West Coast. But the moment the flag is back here, it'll be right up behind me here underneath the MattTv logo. All right. I love it when I haven't worked. My last work day, I think, was January 4th, was the last time I did any work. I've been unemployed for the last couple of months, but I love it when I went 2 months without seeing any former coworkers. And on the weekend, I hung out with Gordy, I hung out with Randy and Weston, John, Sebastian, stopped in here last night. He was out doing some air guns. There's a facility just up the road from here. So you got it signed by 50 soldiers. Are you kidding me? Oh, man, that's awesome. Simon, I love you, man. That is so cool. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited to see the signatures, count the signatures. I'm so excited to get that flag back here. Thank you, Simon. Thanks to everyone who has your signature on the flag, who has been the caretaker of the flag. While it's been out of my possession in other parts of the country. I greatly appreciate it. You have no idea. I'm so excited that it's just collecting and continuing to collect signatures across the country. It makes me very happy. But everyone knows that I got a dartboard for Christmas. Well, not everybody knows, but those that are watching the program know. So I've been playing a lot of darts. And last night, a former co-worker came over, John, and we had some pizza. We came and played some darts. And it was the most intense first game of darts I've ever played. You know, when you're keeping score, you start off at 501 and you keep score. It's so much fun. I can see myself playing a lot of darts this summer in the sun. And speaking of the sun, it was just an absolutely beautiful weekend here on the South Coast. Saturday afternoon, Jen and I went for a walk to the beach, and I was back. We have a south-facing backyard. We have a deck and a pretty big backyard. And I'm on my deck with just a pair of shorts on. It was the first time this year I've actually been able to go outside with no shirt on and actually feel the sun. The sun is already intense. So if you're going outside right now in 2018, it's always a good idea. They tell you to put sunscreen on every day. Every day you go outside, you put sunscreen on, because even a layer of cloud is not necessarily going to protect you from the UV rays. So if you have kids, if you have young children, it might be a good idea to get into the habit of putting sunscreen on them when they go out into the world, because the sun just wasn't that bad when we were growing up. When we were, late 70s, early 80s, the sun wasn't as intense as it is nowadays. I don't know if they had the SPF 150 like they do nowadays. I don't know if it goes up to 150. I don't know. Okay, a quick Air Canada story. A quick Air Canada story. And this is just absolutely mind-boggling. There's been so many horrific stories on the treatment of passengers by other airlines. And I could list all kinds of airlines, but I'm not going to do that. I'm okay, Sue. I'm okay. Cold this weekend. It's nice out here. We're in a stretch of sunshine and pleasant temperatures. Pleasant temperatures. Thank you. I like the hat too. I love it. Okay, here's a quick Air Canada story. And this is a story that was told to me by a former coworker on the weekend, Gordy. His girlfriend is from Brazil. So she's flying from Vancouver to Toronto to the next point and then eventually getting to Brazil. But here's where the problem started. And this really bothers me. I just don't understand common sense or the lack of common sense. So Gordy's girlfriend, Anna, is catching a plane from Vancouver to Toronto. The layover to catch her next flight is very, very small. So her flight is late in getting into Toronto. So she gets off the plane from Vancouver to Toronto and has to sprint to the next terminal so that she can catch the next plane. That must just be nerve-wracking in itself, with the possibility that you may miss your connecting flight. So she is running through Toronto Pearson Airport trying to catch her next flight. She gets to the terminal where the plane is taking people on. She's out of breath because she has been running. So she's just tired. She's out of breath. She gets to the plane. The pilot says, you can't get on this flight because you're sick. Just because she was like, trying to catch her breath. The pilot of this flight took control and said, you are not getting on this flight because you're sick. She protested because she wasn't sick. She was just simply out of breath trying to catch this flight. The pilot of this flight said, you are not getting on this plane unless you go to the doctors, get checked out, and show me a doctor's note. How ridiculous is that? That is just so ridiculous. So she's not allowed on this plane. Long story short, it cost her an extra $4,000 to finally get to Brazil. So yes, there are lawyers involved. I don't get this pilot. I just don't understand. I would have lost it. I would have just completely lost it right there in the terminal, and I would have given that pilot a little piece of my mind. It would have been loud, but it would have been a piece of my mind. So not too thrilled with Air Canada. Do you have a horror story when it comes to airlines? Do you have a situation where you missed your connecting flight or you had to pay extra X amount of dollars to get from point A to point B? So it'll be interesting to find out what happens when Anna gets back to Canada. Hopefully her trip back isn't as nightmarish as it was getting there. So very unfortunate how one individual who is, let's be clear, is not a doctor. He's a pilot of a plane. He's not a doctor. He's not a physician. He's not a psychiatrist. He doesn't have any of that expertise. He is a pilot. Yet he made the decision that this passenger, Anna, was not going to get on the plane because she was sick. She wasn't sick. She was out of breath. So this pilot and his power trip and his bad day and his bad attitude, he decided that he was going to take it out on this individual, this girl, this young lady who's just trying to get home. Cost her an extra $3,000 to $4,000. Not cool. Not cool, Air Canada. And I hope this pilot's called out. I hope this pilot is really called out. Okay, that's just kind of like the last 24, brought to you by Nick. And that's the first time I've said that in a long time. The last 24, brought to you by Nick. I'm going to incorporate the original segments of MattTv. It's coming back. It's coming back. I just, like I said, I'm in a good headspace. I'm in such a good headspace right now. I feel healthy. I got a new hat, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the remainder of 2018. Yes? Yeah. It's just pilot error. It just infuriates me that this individual doesn't have the credentials to determine whether or not a specific passenger is sick or ill. Out of breath. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's do the weather. What's the weather like in your area today? It's overcast, but we're looking for a mix of sun and cloud today. Not terribly warm, maybe 7-8 degrees here in White Rock. But let's just check the weather out in Edmundston for Toby's Edmundston weather. Yes, I'm working Toby's Edmundston weather back into the program, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the Edmundston area. Chance of flurries for today and tomorrow. More flurries in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. And then you're into periods of snow for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, in a nutshell, or in a snowflake, you're going to get lots of snowflakes this week. So, just drive with caution. If the roads get too bad, maybe get someone else to drive for you. Get a cab or just stay home. Do whatever you have to do to be safe on the roads. Yes, and just drive according to the road conditions. This is common sense. It's common sense. Just drive according to the road conditions. And that is Toby's Edmundston weather. And here I am back at my page. Anyone see the Oscars last night? Did anyone watch the Oscars as we approach 17 minutes after 9 here on the south coast of British Columbia? I'm pretty sure I can take this show right to the bottom of the hour, which is what I'm going to do. So this is the Skinny on the Scoop. The Skinny on the Scoop, and I want to thank Sarah Sampson for giving it that title. So really all it is I'm just giving you some news stories that are currently happening in the world, and this call all comes from the cbc.ca, and you can check all this you can check out all the information yourself on CBC or Google it. What I am about to tell you is not fictional. It's not fictional. I guess I could, I want to do Wayne the Great product plug right now before I move into the Skinny on the Scoop. I want to give you Wayne the Great product plug because this is something I haven't done in a long time either. If you know Wayne Mason, you know this is what he does. He does so many things. The guy is so talented. He does woodworking. He does carvings. He's a tremendous father with his kids. He's an outdoorsman. And he also makes these survival bracelets. Last time I was home last May, he gave me a bunch of these. And they're so beautiful. I love the colors. So that is a Wayne the Great product plug, and it's a product from Wayne. Woo. Okay, cool. If you see Wayne Mason or if you know him, maybe hit him up. Maybe he can make you one of these. These are survival bracelets, and they're so cool. Thank you, Wayne Mason, for those. And that is a Wayne the Great product plug. And this is the second plug. I know it's backwards, but this is Boost. I'm drinking a lot of Boost. So forgive me as I just take a drink. Or don't forgive me. I don't know how you roll. Let's quickly talk about the Oscars. Did you see the Oscars last night? Sabrina, Randy, Sabre, how are you? Randy Boxwell, welcome to the program, my friend. So I'm just going to quickly talk about the Oscars. I myself did not see the program, but I can tell you, and I hope this is no spoiler alert, but I didn't know this. The movie Shape of Water was filmed here in Canada. I did not know that. And that movie won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Production Design, and Best Original Music Score. So, a movie shot right here in the best country in the world. Picked up 4 Oscars last night at the Oscars. Gary Oldman, Frances McDormand picked up Oscars last night. Allison Janney and Sam Rockwell also picking up Oscars last night in leading roles. Yeah, not a biggie. I didn't know. I don't think I saw any of the movies that were up for Oscars. I know I didn't. I hardly ever go to the movies anymore. I just sit home and watch Netflix. So congratulations to all those who won Oscars. And I guess I could probably see snippets of it online, but I have chosen not to do so. That's pretty much as far as my Oscar content is going to be, just letting you know who won Best Picture, which was the Canadian shot Shape of Water. Congratulations. Here's another thing that's happening right now. The 46th annual Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race began this past weekend, just a couple of days ago. The 46th annual Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. It's 1,600 kilometers. 1,600 kilometers, covering mountain ranges, the frozen Yukon River, and along the coast of the Bering Sea. So they're not going through the nature trails in Woodstock. This is some serious sledding. 1,600 kilometers, but it comes with a lot of controversy this year. And I'm talking about dog doping scandal. Yes, some of the mushers, it's alleged that they are drugging their dogs for better performance. Kind of scary. There has been a loss of sponsors. There is discontent among mushers and pressure from animal rights activists. So there's a lot going on with the 46th annual Iditarod, and a lot of it is not good. So it'll be interesting to see how much longer this race will go. Will it get to the 50th annual Iditarod? I don't know. Something tells me that the pressure from animal rights activists is going to increase. There have been stories, situations, instances where dogs have died on the route. They are pulling a massive sled with a human on it and a bunch of supplies for 1,600 kilometers. There's a good chance that these four-legged, furry, beautiful animals, some of them are just not going to make it. And maybe that's why some of the mushers are allegedly doping their animals. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. We're going to talk about more doping scandals coming up here at the end of the program, 22 minutes after 9. I'm going to try and squeeze out another 8 minutes here on MattTv. My name is Matthew, and this is Facebook Live, and I just love it. I'm vibrating right now. I'm in just such a good headspace. I'm in such a good mood. Maybe it's the hat. Maybe it's the hat. Maybe it's the hat. Something really bizarre and disgusting and disturbing, and these individuals, their parents must be so proud, because 30 cowards, I'm going to call them cowards, idiots, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to get, I don't do vulgar language, and I'm not going to do it here on MattTv. But on the weekend, 30 individuals dressed in black with their faces covered. That's why I call them cowards, because their faces were covered. 30 people marched through the streets of Hamilton, Ontario, and started throwing rocks, smashing business windows, and caused about $100,000 damage in Hamilton. Now, they're investigating right now, and they want to know if this mayhem, lunacy had anything to do with the anarchist book fair that was happening in Hamilton on the weekend. There is absolutely no good reason. There's not one. No one will ever be able to convince me of one good reason why a bunch of people should get together, dress in black, cover their faces, march through any given street, and just cause damage. That's not how you get your message across. Damage, violence will never solve anything, ever. It's just not going to happen. So, to those 30 individuals, whoever you are, and I hope you are caught, your parents are so disappointed. And so are the rest of Canadians. So disappointed. I wish they would find every individual, that 30-pack of goons, and just splash their pictures on the front page of every paper across the country. That's what we should do. That's what we should do. Just a couple more stories here. Interesting here, the International Space Station, which is funded by all kinds of countries. Canada, the U.S., Japan, Russia, Europe. So there are a bunch of countries that pool their money together to keep the International Space Station circling the Earth every 90 minutes. Well, it seems that the president has made a decision that he wants to pull out of this agreement, because the U.S. right now is spending like $4 billion a year on the International Space Station. So this is just another situation where President Trump wants to pull out, which makes me wonder, it would have been awesome years ago if Trump Sr., if Donald Trump's dad would have pulled out. Can you imagine what the world would be like if Donald Trump's dad would have pulled out? Because his son certainly likes to pull out of everything. This is a really funny story. There's new highway signage in the Moncton area. So I'm going back to the Maritimes. So they put new signage up to direct people from Moncton towards the Confederation Bridge so that they can get to PEI. But I don't think, and from what I'm reading on the CBC.ca, the signage is not working that well, because there was an instance back in November where an islander was trying to leave New Brunswick to get back to PEI, and the signage was so bad that he got lost in detours and ended up in the local Santa Claus parade in November. So I think they may have to revisit the signage issue so people can leave New Brunswick and get back home to PEI. I just thought that was kind of a bizarre story. I probably can't imagine how much money the New Brunswick government and the Prince Edward Island government spent on new signage that just doesn't work. Maybe it's just arrows. Maybe it's just like this way, that way. Anyway, it's obviously not working well because an individual trying to leave Moncton to get to PEI, somehow the signage was so bad he ended up in a Santa Claus parade. So that's okay. That'd be cool. You get lost and end up in a Santa Claus parade. I don't know. Worse things could happen. Worse things could happen. I'm almost done here. The pain, the punishment's almost done. It's almost done. I love Boost. I love it. One more story, and then I'll take questions from the audience. No. It was on this date. This is March 5th, 2018. It was on this date back in 1993 that sprinter Ben Johnson failed a second drug test at a race in Montreal, and he was banned from running track and field for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life, Ben Johnson, obviously, I think, didn't years ago in some type of promotional something or other, didn't he race a horse? Didn't they have Ben Johnson racing a horse? Many years after he was banned from running. Pretty sure he raced a horse. Pretty sure the horse won. Pretty sure the horse won that race. But it was on this date, back in 1993, that sprinter Ben Johnson was banned for life. Banned for life. 28 minutes after 9 o'clock here on the south coast of British Columbia. My name is Matthew, and just a couple other things. Pretty excited about this week. In 2 days, on Wednesday, I will be going to the motion picture industry safety awareness class. It's a free class. It's a 4-hour class. It's something you need in order to proceed in the motion picture industry, which is the direction that I'm going in. And this coming Saturday, Sunday, I'll actually be at the motion picture industry orientation. It's 7 hours on a Saturday, 7 hours on the Sunday. You get your certificate, but it's that certificate and your safety awareness certificate that you need before you can even step on a movie set. So that is the goal for me. So I'm really excited. This is going to be a week that's really going to open up some doors, change the direction of the path that I'm on right now. And I'm super excited. Super excited for the rest of the month, and super excited for the rest of 2018. You know what? I came in here at 9 o'clock with a few things to discuss to see if I could draw it out for 30 minutes, and I did. 30 minutes. Gone. Just like that. James turning 21 this Sunday. All right. Well, congratulations, James. And we got to have you back on the program. I was watching your music page from the 60s and 70s, and very entertaining stuff. I love it when your dad, Brent, gets in there, and Brent loves the camera. So really cool. I was watching your videos yesterday, James. Good stuff. The video you were showing everyone your band T-shirts. Your band, not band, not B-A-N-N-E-D, but B-A-N-D. Your band T-shirts. Good stuff. But 21. What was I doing when I was 21? Probably up to no good, James. I was probably up to no good. But I turned out okay. I think I turned out okay. Okay, 9:30 on the dot. That's going to do it for me. I may jump back in here later tonight. I might do a 6 p.m. show tonight because there is some information that I want to pass along to you. It's health information. Jen and I are on this new program right now, and it is amazing stuff. So I'm just going to collect some information, the most vital information that I can pass along to you, and then I will put some post to some links that you can watch and you can judge for yourself. Maybe this is something that will be interesting to you, but it is It's changing. It's helping me with my focus. It's helping me with my health. It's just helping me with every aspect of my life. And I'm very grateful for individuals who have introduced us to this product. And I will be in here within the next, maybe later on today, maybe tomorrow, but I'm going to pass along some really cool information to you and put some links up on the MattTv page in the comment section, and you can check it out for yourself. You can check it out for yourself. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I just wanted to come in here and pop in here. The reason I was in here at 9 o'clock in the morning is because, well, I don't have a job. I don't have a job to go to, and that's okay. That's okay. Plus, I wanted to show you my new hat. Less than $10. Less than $10. I love it. Makes me feel like I want to go out and investigate something, or just walk through town and go, howdy, ma'am, ma'am. Maybe that's more of a cowboy hat. Maybe that's a cowboy hat. But you can do it with any of this. I like this hat. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a part of the zaniness here on this 5th day of March. It's the first full work week of March, so enjoy it. And it's Monday. Just ease yourself back into the work day. Just take the first half of the morning and just listen to messages that have been left on your work phone all weekend and make notes. Doodle. Just slowly. For Pete's sake. For pizza egg. Do it. Do it nice and slow. Now, that's going to do it for me. I know I ramble and ramble. Wayne Mason, have a good day, my friend. Hope you're on the road to recovery. Heavy D. Keep Heavy D in your thoughts. He's probably going to be in the St. John Hospital for the rest of the week. He's on kidney dialysis, so he's not out of the woods yet. So keep Heavy in your thoughts, and I will certainly do the same out here on the West Coast. And I will more than likely may jump back in here tonight for a 6 p.m. show. All depends on what happens on my day. Because this is my outlet, right? This is my outlet, so it's all good. That's going to do it for me. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Be safe wherever you are. Much love to everyone. Thanks for the live views. If you like what you see in here, please share. Please share. My name is Matthew. This is MattTv. Now and always, from sea to sea.